Hey guys, welcome back to the General Wellness YouTube channel with another product review today. So I've gotten some good feedback and asked you guys what you want to see the product reviews on Instagram and here. And one of the most popular products was Perfect Bars. So these are super popular, especially kind of in the wellness space right now. A very popular snack that people are having and posting about. It's kind of trendy. So it's a really great product to review right now, really timely, and we have 3 different flavors that we will review today. Just like any other product review, we are reviewing them for the 4 main things. So the first one is going to be the nutrient facts label to look at it, see if this product is actually healthy, and then the ingredient list, the same thing, which for me is the most important. We want to make sure that the ingredients are always highest quality, and that's really going to determine what is healthy versus just that label that we're going to look at first. And then we'll talk about cost, how expensive are these for a healthy food product, and then of course flavor, and we'll test all 3 of these flavors at the end. So the 3 flavors that I have for today are peanut butter, dark chocolate peanut butter, which sounds like it's going to be my favorite, and then dark chocolate almond. These are kind of the more popular ones. There's a few other flavors as well. So if you have a favorite flavor, let me know in the description below what your favorite flavor is, and I can also try that one. But I will say I have already had these products before, so it's something that I have had, but doing a full review, haven't done that before. So let's go ahead and dive in. When I'm going over the nutrient facts label, I'm going to look at kind of all of them because this one, peanut butter, won't have the chocolate in it, but the other ones will. So that'll probably add to the sugar content. So this is the peanut butter first. It says serving size is 1 bar, so that's good. They're not trying to trick us and say, oh, serving size for this label is only half the bar. Calories is going to be 340 calories, which some people will look at and think, wow, that's so much. I'm not super worried about the calorie content in this. This can be used as a snack, and for majority of people who are active, kind of needing more calories, this could still be a good option and would not be too big. But for fat, we have 19 grams of fat in this 1 bar. So this is the peanut one. Let's take a look at maybe the almond one. That one's also going to be 19 grams of fat, which I will say is quite a bit of fat, especially for just one snack, but it would be similar to you having like a whole handful of trail mix or something. So it could be worse. It's at least the healthy kind of fat. It breaks the fat kinds out, and it says monounsaturated fat is 14 grams worth, so that's good. That's the healthy fat that we're looking for when we say healthy fats. Carbs for this is going to be 27 grams. It says total sugar is 19 grams, which 13 of that is added sugar. So we'll dive into kind of where they're getting that added sugar whenever we look at the ingredient list, but 13 grams of added sugar would be quite a lot. The recommendation for keeping your sugar under for the whole day would be 25 grams of added sugar a day is what you want, less than. So this bar still fits in between that, but if you're having other forms of added sugar, maybe you add honey or maple syrup into coffee, or have a dessert or something after dinner, then that might push you over the edge with just this snack. It does, however, have 17 grams of protein, which is awesome, a lot higher than majority of the snack bars that you will find. So I do like that. And then we'll go ahead and go into the ingredient list now. So this is peanut butter, first ingredient in this peanut butter flavor, obviously. And then we have honey as our second ingredient. So all ingredients on all labels are listed in size order. So from greatest to least, the amounts that they have in the bar is how it's going to be listed here. So we know that honey is the second highest thing in this bar, and that's where they're getting all of that added sugar. Okay, the next things on this ingredient list are non-fat dry milk, dried whole egg powder, and rice protein. So that's where we're getting the protein sources from this. The non-fat dry milk is definitely going to be adding some protein in here, but could be a concern for people with a milk allergy or that are sensitive to lactose. So that's definitely something to keep in mind, but it is contributing to our high protein powder, and when we get to flavor, we'll make sure that those probably taste better than some of the different plant-based protein powders, so that's probably why they add those. Next things, we have dried whole food powder, so kale, flaxseed, rosehip, lemon, papaya, tomato, so a bunch of just powders of foods. Sunflower lecithin to keep it bound together, flaxseed oil, sunflower oil, sesame seed oil, olive oil, and pumpkin seed oil. So not to mention we just have all the peanut butters. We have all these oils at the end, which is still giving us healthy forms of fat, like we talked about at the very beginning with the nutrient facts label, but that's going to be what contributes to a lot of this fat as well. So, you know, they're doing it for texture and all of that. So when we get to flavor, we can look at the texture and see how that's contributing to it. It's probably going to make it a softer consistency, which is good, but definitely going to be reflected in that nutrient facts label. So overall, everything listed on here is healthy. It's a whole ingredient. I'm not super impressed by the dried powders. It's not the same thing as eating those vegetables, but it's okay that they add them in. Nothing harmful about that, but it is going to have honey as the second ingredient, which is a little bit alarming because that's going to add quite a bit of sugar as we saw on the label. A quick glance over to this almond chocolate one. So it's going to be almond butter as the first ingredient, and then honey again as the second. Then we have our dried milk. Our dark chocolate is going to be after that. Almond pieces, cacao, dried egg powder, our proteins. Yeah, and then everything just kind of falls along the same lines thereafter. So super similar. The nutrient facts label, this one is almost exactly the same, with protein being just slightly less at 12 grams. So super similar. Overall, the nutrient facts label looks okay. My concern would be that added sugar amount, which was reflected in the ingredient list. So the second thing being honey, it's going to contribute to all of that added sugar that we may not want. So the next major thing of these is cost. I will say these are one of the more expensive bars on the market, and the kind of this wellness trend probably doesn't help with that because it's, you know, making them popular, making them cost a little bit more. They are made with whole ingredients, so I get that the cost of what they're putting into them makes them more desirable and obviously more cost effective. But each of these bars, depending on where you get it, is anywhere between $2 and $3, which is quite a bit. You can usually get a healthy, normal bar for around $1.50 or $2, depending on where you live again. I got these for around $2.80 each, which is quite a lot, especially if you're going to have them as a snack every day. That really adds up. So it's more of like a luxury treat, in my opinion, cost-wise. But let's go ahead and dive in for flavor. So the three different flavors we have, again, as a reminder, are regular peanut butter, chocolate, dark chocolate peanut butter, and dark chocolate almond. So I'll try those in order. Okay, so one thing I will note right now is that they are pretty big. I don't know if you can really tell how big they are, but they are pretty big and pretty thick. So that is something to keep in mind, that this is a substantial bar. Sometimes you get bars and they're like super little. So that's good to keep in mind. The first one up is regular peanut butter, and I say they're getting my hands very greasy and oily. It's really good. There's a kind of a weird after flavor, which I would say is probably either the proteins or those vegetable powders. But the texture itself is really good, super chewy and moist. Flavor initially is really good. This one kind of has a funky after flavor though, so we'll see if the others have those. So now the dark chocolate peanut butter, which is usually my favorite combination of anything. This one has that funky aftertaste too. It like hits you at the end when you're swallowing. I'm trying to figure out what it is. I think it's the vegetable powders, but it's just kind of like, doesn't taste like peanut butter or chocolate. It's something else for sure. It's not super great. Again, texture is wonderful though, and then initially you're like, wow, this is amazing. Okay, now our almond butter dark chocolate. This one's better. It's super sweet. Sweeter than the other one, which is interesting. It actually has less. It actually has less sugar, a gram less sugar than the other ones, but tastes a lot sweeter. And I'm not getting that weird aftertaste with this flavor. So maybe it's something with the peanuts. Every now and then, when you eat peanuts, you get a bad one, I guess. So could be something like that. But normally love peanut butter, chocolate things in general, or just peanut butter in general. But I definitely would go for this almond butter dark chocolate one over the peanut butter ones if I'm gonna have these again. So overall, flavors of all of them were super good, but weird aftertaste after both of the peanut butter ones. But this almond chocolate chip one was actually really good and probably my favorite flavor. So my overall review, the review of this review of the product we have here, the perfect bars this time would be that the nutrient facts label had two kind of alarming things in it. First one would be fat content. So pretty high, especially for just a snack, but in general, it was really healthy fats. So not something to be super concerned about, but the amount of added sugar in these was kind of a lot. And we saw on the ingredient list that it was because of the honey being the second highest amount of anything in these bars, definitely contributing to that added sugar content and pushing you towards the top end of how much sugar you should have in a day. I'll include a link in the description as well to a video all about added sugar and how much you should have and everything as a reminder, but 25 grams or less is what we're looking for, so this definitely puts us over the edge. Cost-wise, they are super expensive. I'm kind of this like wellness trendy food product right now that's maybe making them more expensive, or it might be because of the ingredients inside, but either way, you can get a healthy, good, delicious bar for a lot less than $3 a bar. And then for flavor, I wasn't super impressed with either of the peanut butter ones because there's kind of a weird after flavor that might be the vegetable powders in it. It might be the protein, I'm not sure, but kind of funky. But this almond chocolate chip one was really good. And if you have a favorite flavor, let me know in the comments section below and I can try that one. But overall, probably not a snack I'm going to choose to spend my money on super regularly, but they are really tasty, a good substantial snack if I needed something on the go and I saw this as a healthy option, I might also grab that. So could be a good healthy option for you, but at the same time, there's going to be bars with less sugar, less fat, and that costs a lot less too. So thank you for tuning into this video. Let me know what other products you want to review or what nutrition topics you want to hear about. Be sure to like this video if you liked this topic or you like our food product reviews in general, and subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of the notifications.